Before we begin, I'm very sorry if you guys hear any noise from either upstairs, people are currently moving in and being very obnoxious and clunking everything around, or if you hear Felix I guess has decided to wake up in the middle of the day to drink water. I can't help it very much, but if you hear any of that, just completely ignore it. Hey guys, it's Nora. So today I wanted to film just a little update video for you guys explaining about the apartment that I previously had filmed that I was moving into, if I'm still here, what's going on, how I got here to living with Jacob. I'm also very aware that the lighting in this video is very harsh. Unfortunately, the lighting in this apartment is absolutely terrible. I can't help that. I'm just going off the lighting that's in this room because the other rooms I have to set up my lighting and it's just like not working out. I just can't figure it out. The reason that Jacob and I are currently in this apartment living alone for the summer, not near my house, not near his house, actually starts completely back in December. Before school let out, nursing students have to go and meet with their academic advisor. It's when finals are going on. They want to make sure they have their classes set for the next semester. I went to talk with mine and she had this kind of idea of this nurse extern program. I'm not going to say through what hospital or through what organization or what college or whatever, but she was like, hey, there's this nurse extern job and I think it'd be really great for you. Me being someone who doesn't have the best of grades and someone who really loved her previous summer job, I kind of was very hesitant to all of a sudden sign up for this job where I'd be not living with my family, I'd be living alone in down south of the state that I live in. It pretty much entailed me for 12 weeks following around another nurse, that would be my preceptor, and working in either 3 different hospitals that you applied for, like a position for, and you just got placed. My advisor recommended this job to me and I was very hesitant at first. I was like, no, I don't want to do it. I love my dog. I love being home with her in the summer. I like being with my parents. I like the luxury of being around my home friends because that's a huge part of my summer is going and hanging out with Lily and Sophie. I kind of thought about it after a while, and this nurse extern program I really did not think I was going to get into because I'm not the great of a tester, but if I was to get the job, the name of the hospital could really give me a lot of job opportunities for after the senior year when I graduate. It's very difficult to get a job at this it's an Ivy League hospital. I decided that I would just apply for it. If I got called or if I got a position or interviewed for it, that'd be completely awesome and great. And if I didn't, I was just gonna leave it at that. It was kind of like a 1 in a million chance thing. The program's applications didn't come out till February, so I thought about it for a really long time and I decided to do the application. I had to just go online and fill something out, get a few recommendations, and then just wait for a call. So how the application process worked is you have to apply, obviously with your resume, with school credentials. You have to say your top 3 interest areas of where you'd like to be. Certain hospitals, this Ivy League college owns, or Ivy League hospital owns their hospital and 2 others. So you could go to different specialties at the other hospitals, but not all specialties are offered at this big hospital. So I wanted to do peds, that's only offered at that hospital. I also wanted to do ED, that's offered at another hospital but not at the big one. I kind of had to pick and choose my options of where I wanted to really work for the whole summer. Obviously, putting down your top 3 options, you're not guaranteed to get those. I could have totally ended up on a random med-surg unit. I still would have taken it because of the name of the hospital and also because of how great the program is. So the hospital where the program I was applying to, they have a partnership with a college in the area that's within 30 minutes of that main hospital, actually right down the street from the hospital that I got placed in. And then it's also half an hour from the other hospital that they currently own. So we would be guaranteed housing. Yes, you technically have to pay for it, but you would be guaranteed a spot with housing at this college. Come March time, I believe it was, I got a call to get interviewed at the hospital that I currently work at. I was placed in the ED at the hospital that I'm in. I had to go and interview for it, and there was other applicants obviously. They could, just because you interviewed for one doesn't mean you weren't not going to get it. You could also interview for other ones. I only got interviewed for the one that I wanted, which was a really good clue that I was probably going to possibly get it. I interviewed, I toured the hospital. I had to take a day off of classes, which was luckily excused, and I came down here and I kind of got a tour of the hospital. I got to see the people I'd be working with. I didn't get to meet my preceptor just that day, but I was very much assured of the people there, and I really love the hospital that I'm working at, and I like the staff, and I like the community feel of it. So after I interviewed for it, and they didn't tell me I had the job, but they really were like, we want you here, we really want you to work for us, we really would like your help this summer. I started looking for places to live. Obviously, like I said before, the program had guaranteed housing. Yes, I'd have to pay, but I also was very nervous to live here for the summer alone. Yes, it's a very safe community that I'm in, but I also didn't want to live away from Jacob. Jacob and I have a very close relationship, and I knew it would be difficult for him and I to go back between each other in our locations if he was to live at home, but I also didn't know if I could get him to live with me this summer because he is very much a homebody. But it's just the person he is. He loves being home. He has a really great relationship with his parents. Where I've gone to camp for years and I've been away from home and I'm comfortable traveling, he's more of I'll stick to my home and my people kind of person. Kind of on a whim asked him, hey, would you like to live with me this summer? And he actually was like, I think it'd be a great opportunity. It's not been an easy move for him. He still misses home a lot, which is totally understandable. I miss home, but in a different way where I'm used to it because I obviously went to summer camp. He never went to summer camp or anything, so it's kind of a different aspect and outlook for him to be moving here for the summer. Come actually finding out I had the job, I had to look for the housing. And I had the college optional, but then I also had Jacob saying, yeah, I'll live with you. Looking at the college, I think it was $25 a night, which is cheap, but I also would have to live with someone else in the program. I would not have my own kitchen. I'd have to do a community laundry area. I probably wouldn't eat that healthy for this whole summer or be training to be on the cross-country team for this upcoming fall. I started looking in the area to look for housing, and people were either highballing me. I mean, I literally contacted 50 plus people. I tried to get scammed at one point by someone, which was stupid, and then I was just getting highballed by people because we're in a kind of vacation area and people like to spend a lot of money to stay here during the summer. So people also weren't like, hey, I want to rent to you because I can rent to you cheap, or I can rent to these vacationers who are going to pay me like triple what you'll pay me for the whole summer every week. It was really difficult. For the longest time, I was contacting like 5+ people a day, asking people wanted long-term leases, or some of the houses just weren't that great, or I wasn't really comfortable asking about some of the houses in the area. At this point, Jacob and I really wanted to live together, and we were really dead set on it, and we were telling people that was our hopes for the summer. But my mom was like, we need to know by a certain date because unless you pay forward or you pay ahead for living at the college, you're not guaranteed the housing until you put the money down. So there was kind of this like time crunch of they could run out of spaces and I could not also get an opportunity to live there. And also I really want to live with Jacob, but my mom's putting me on a time crunch to find a place. I was really focused on probably not as much of school as I should have been. I was every day just literally making markings, checking Zillow and 2 or 3 other websites to see if anything had popped up. Finally, I was a bit sketched out to go on Craigslist because Craigslist, some of the ads didn't have any like pictures to them, but I replied to one and I was like, hey, I really need a place to live. I kind of put it out there as if I was Jacob because a girl trying to find a place to live on Craigslist is a little sketchy. So I put the ad out as if I was Jacob and I was going to find a place with my girlfriend. We finally got a reply from our current landlord. So he was very accommodating and was like, hey, no one's lived in the apartment that you're living in since I think January, he said. So he was like, come on down this weekend because my mom literally set a date and was like, if you don't get an apartment by this weekend, you're living at the college alone. And I was like, I don't want to do that. We contacted our landlord and he totally brought us down and he was like, hey, this is the apartment. This is what it looks like. I'm after sometime, hopefully maybe tomorrow, going to film a apartment tour for you guys to show you it. I have to obviously clean it up a little bit. It's not a magnificent apartment. It's a good apartment for the summer that we can both live in. This summer, Jacob currently got a job almost last minute when we were coming back from Disney to live here. I don't know if anyone watched the videos of us in Disney or before Disney, but we pretty much got out of school. We had a week to pack for here and for Disney. We went to Disney and we straight from Disney came back to this apartment to live in. He got a job while we were in Disney for when we came back to work at a golf course. He does maintenance and like groundskeeping. He does a bunch of mowing and taking out the trash and just helping out with the facilities. I have the job in the emergency department that I actually got, like I said before, and I also, as a side job, work at the same golf course and resort doing like maids, just flipping bed stuff. I don't do it as much and they have less hours that you work, but I do it just to get extra money because unfortunately I still have to pay for rent for this apartment and I also have to pay for the cruise that Jacob and I are going on in January, and also school because you can always save money for school. So that is a bit of the backstory of how Jacob and I got this apartment. It was kind of just luck of the draw, last minute. This guy was like, yeah, come down, and it actually ended up being a really nice apartment for what he was offering and the price. So that is what we ended up picking. I hope I didn't leave any details out, but I also hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. It's not, I wish I had some cool story of I got kicked out or this or that, but that's not the truth. It's just kind of location-wise, I got a job here and this was where I needed to be. Jacob, from his house from here, is about 2 hours. I'm an hour and a half from my house, but we're still in a very safe, good area and really loving living together for the summer. It's been a really great opportunity for both of us. It kind of, I felt as if it was like a little practice run for next year when we graduate, and most likely we'll be living together then too. So that's pretty much it for this update. I really hope I didn't leave out any details. I don't think I did. It's kind of like a weird story of how we ended up here, but it's been a really great adventure. It's really fun buying groceries for ourselves and kind of running together and just having fun in the summer. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.